Alright, I'm out here right now in the forest shooting a POV video. I got this GoPro chest mount for my birthday. Super hyped, 17 years old. That feels old. 1 year and I can start voting, 2 years I can start drinking. Everything's coming along. Anyways, yeah, I'm out here with my Canon M50 with the 50mm lens, and I'm gonna try out shooting some POV video. And while I'm doing that, here's 16 things that I learned during my year of being 16 years old. See ya. 16 things I learned at 16. First thing I learned was actually how to drive. That is a really funny one, but I could not drive at all at the start of the year. I got my L, and I'm pretty good now, I'd say. I do speed quite a bit, but we can ignore that, right? I've got my N test actually on March 11th. Pretty excited for that because then I can shoot a ton of videos that I can go other places to do. So be looking forward for that. And number 2 is getting more comfortable filming in public. I've been making some vlogs in public recently and it's very awkward. I've also done some interviews for a school project and those are also awkward, but I've gotten used to having people look at me weird and you just accept it. And this goes right on to my third point, which is people care less than I think. I always overthink what people think of me, what people think of like either my looks or how I'm acting. And honestly, people just don't give a shit. That's the most blunt way to put it. The fourth thing I've learned is that money needs to be used wisely. I sometimes use money for food and stuff, and this is not really needed, I guess. Like, I don't need to go get Subway whenever I want to. So I'm just trying to save up money now for when I graduate, hopefully to travel or anything else, honestly. Just not wasting my money. The fifth thing is that things don't always need to be perfect. I'm a tiny bit of a perfectionist, especially when it comes to editing and making videos. And I always get this idea in my head, and I make this whole video in my head. And then, of course, I can't execute because either I don't have the right equipment, I don't know how to do something, or I just don't have the time most of the time. And that is one thing that I need to keep working on. This is why I started this OFFBEAT, so that I can make videos every single week. And I have to put something out, so I need to be less of a perfectionist, and I feel like I'm getting better at this. The sixth thing is making videos every week. No wasted time. You can't waste time when making videos every week. And I've learned how to use my time better. I do watch a lot of YouTube and Netflix and stuff still, but I'm definitely getting better at using my time wisely. The seventh thing is that I take hockey games for granted. Like, before COVID, we had hockey games quite often, and this year we only got about 6 games in, and then past 5 months we haven't played a single game. So it's kind of sad. We've just been practicing, no hitting or anything. I've actually learned that I'm taking a lot of things for granted. So number 9 is hanging out with friends. I haven't been doing tons of that either recently because of, the thing. 10th is also seeing family. I'm taking for granted. I haven't seen my grandmas, or actually either of my grandparents, for a long time. Haven't seen much of my extended family for a very long time. Also doing activities like going to the movie theater or anything like that. Haven't done those for a very long time. Just going bowling or anything. Just kind of miss that. Anyways, the 12th thing is that I've learned how to be alone because lots of these things aren't on and lots of this stuff isn't happening. I've learned how to be with myself and how to have fun alone. That kind of sounds depressing, but it's actually kind of fun sometimes to just be alone with your thoughts, some good music, and then just fucking cry for hours. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I've learned how to be alone. Now, the 13th thing I've learned is that I have to sometimes accept when I'm wrong. I never do this. I always think I'm right, and honestly, most of the time I am right. But those few times that I am wrong, it's pretty embarrassing because I gotta hold on to the fact that I'm right, even though I'm completely wrong. And it's okay to admit that you're wrong. And this brings me on to my 14th point, which is to understand that most of the time I'm right. Because you know me, I'm always right. I mean, most of the time right. Now the 15th. Gosh, sorry, my brain just froze there. The 15th tip, or not tip, sorry, the 15th thing that I've learned is that it's okay to not know what I'm doing after high school, because to be honest, I have no idea. The plan is hopefully to take a gap year and travel, but of course that's what everyone wants to do. So I'm trying to figure out what career I want, see if video making can take me somewhere, and hopefully just start to get a better idea of what I'm doing, but it's okay that at the moment I don't know what I'm doing. And my 16th and final thing I've learned is that I deserve a like and a subscribe if you've made it this far. Come on, what are you doing? If you aren't liking this, if you aren't subscribing, I don't know what you're doing still. What you doing? What you done? Alright, thank you for listening. This is Aedan's podcast. Tune in every Friday. And those were 16 things that I learned at 16. There it is. Oh, I've been waiting to do this for so long. So far, Leonard bought me 3 of these. I've popped off one when we made it to the top of Mount Seymour. Now it's time to pop off my second one for turning 17. Yeah, let's go! Woo! 17, baby. Let's fucking go. Like, subscribe, do everything for the